Hello, I'm Daniela. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I embroider the fern stitch and then how I use it on my crazy quilted block. I like this stitch because it's reminiscent of a fern or a leaf with different fronds sticking out from it. It's great for lines and curves or just on their own, just little elements to add to your piece. So let's get started.
So to create the fern stitch, it's this beautiful variegated purple stitch. And it looks like a fern, the different sides of the fern. The idea is that they're all the same size. Now I feel like altering it to make the little fronds longer and shorter makes it a little more organic. But this is the classic stitch. I want to show you that. So the easiest way that I find to make the stitch, because it's a continuous stitch that looks beautiful on curves and lines, is to make a line in the center and then lines equally spaced apart. So I'm going to start with a back stitch. So I come up on my line and I want it to be the length of a stitch. Now all the stitches will be this length. So I'm coming here. This is about 1/4 of an inch. Again, you can vary it however you'd like. And I just pull it snug. And then I'm going to come up right through that spot where I started from. And I'm going to go to the left, making that stitch at an angle that's approximately the same length as that first stitch. And then I'm going to come up again here and go out to the right. That's my first little frond. So now to continue it, I'm just going to go beneath it and create another back stitch, the same length. Come up right to that point and make another frond. And then I come out from that point again. And then I go to the left. And then I come up from the right. And I create my back stitch. And then I just continue with this the entire length of my fern stitch. So I come up, go down, always coming up from that center piece. Now to use it in our block, I've taken some of this beautiful green, the 470. It's a little bit different than the green we used here. And I think I want to do the fern stitch up here and up here, just on this little tapestry. So I'll just lightly sketch my guidelines here. I'll use just over the center for my center point and just sketch the guidelines there. And then I can start stitching. I'll come down from the center. Again, I want my first stitch to be up top here. And then I'll have my stitch come from up side here. And then I'll make my new stitch. And I'll continue this the length of both sides of this fabric. Now because this fabric is a tapestry, it's starting to unravel, so I just want to be very cautious with that. So I completed the fern stitch on both sides of that block. So it's coming along very nicely. We only have a few more sides to embellish, and then we can add any additional trim or ribbon or anything like that.
So that's how I stitch the fern stitch. It's a very simple stitch, the same straight stitch, just in different orientations. And then how I use it on my quilt block. And once again, I love how it looks over seams and combining layers of fabric. It branches out and grips the next layer next to it, and I enjoy that. I like the way that looks. It makes it so your eye travels across the piece smoothly, combining different layers. So if you've enjoyed this video and you'd like behind-the-scenes footage and access to a slow stitching library, please consider becoming a member of my channel. The link is in the show notes. Thanks for joining me today.